All right, welcome to another edition of They Call Us Villains. How are you gentlemen doing today?
Very good, Commissioner.
You're good, Commish.
All right, another Friday. Let's start off. Let's see what's the first thing on
First
our
order of
docket here.
business.
Oh,
Oh, I just
Whoa. So far,
spitting
LeBron.
fire, huh?
correct.
and he
LeBron.
played in a tougher league too,
That's
mind
true.
you.
LeBron is
More
not doing
physical.
anything new that we haven't already witnessed with
Yeah,
Kareem.
Kareem, man. Wow, that's why he was the cap. He was the captain.
Yeah, you know what? He probably was more physically impressive at that time. I'm guessing Kareem when he was playing. Like they probably had
Because of
never
his length.
seen any video. Yeah,
Yeah, because
he
of
was
his
at
length.
UCLA, right? He was at UCLA with
UCLA,
John Wooden.
yes. John Wooden, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think just because the NBA wasn't as popular back then at that
yeah,
time,
correct.
we,
That's
we
true.
our generation and this new generation, we forget that he was the great, like this guy
Yeah,
was balling, but
Yeah.
yeah.
and he's doing his thing too, but I mean Kareem was yeah, he balled out even at a higher age. But yeah, man, just different eras, you
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, I think you bring a good point, DG, because it was a different era, and like Brian said, it was a different league, tougher league
Yeah.
in a physical sense, but
Yes.
also they didn't have the level of athletes that they have now.
Yes.
That's true. Good
That's
point.
true. Yeah. Very true. Yeah, and plus, I mean, it's these guys were flying in commercial flights. I mean, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think I heard him once say how his pregame meal or before he got on the flight, he would have a hot dog and a beer. I'm pretty sure he had like a Marlboro Red to top it off, and so you don't see LeBron doing that. So LeBron is, I'm pretty sure since he got in the NBA, he's never even touched a hot dog anymore. So it's like,
Yeah,
different league.
he invests millions of dollars in his body supposedly. So
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a memory of Kareem? Like as a kid, I remember hearing the name a little bit. Like, well, actually, a lot. He was big, and then I think that's probably around the time he left the league. When we were kids. When I was a kid, I think.
Yeah, for me it was Airplane. He came out on
Airplane. That's right.
Yeah, those movies were hilarious. Like those and The Naked Gun and Leslie Nielsen. It's just like those movies were movies that were like regular TV when I was growing up. So I didn't get all the jokes. Obviously, I was a kid, but
yeah.
I remember him from that. And I remember like Chick Hearn. Just every time I see him, Chick Hearn's voice is in my head, like Kareem with the sky hook. It's fantastic.
Yeah, so I just looked it up, and he retired in '89.
89. Wow. Yeah.
What I remember was he appeared at like an episode of Full House. I gotta find that.
That too. Yeah. Back when what's his name? Dan? No, the dad.
Yeah, Danny.
Danny. Yeah, he was like
Danny
dressed
Tanner,
up as, like,
right?
Yeah, like in a Golden State Warriors outfit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back when we didn't hate the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, back when we just like were like kids. Yeah.
I feel like the hate, at least here in SoCal, for the Golden State Warriors started like maybe last decade.
Yes, definitely.
Or whenever like they had that big run. I can't remember how long ago that was.
Yeah. It's been a couple of years since they had a good run, and going into that, I don't think they're going to do a run this year. I mean, this whole thing with Draymond Green, and we're talking about physicality. That's a different type of physicality. But I'm saying these guys, when Kareem played, like they were throwing elbows and guys were shoving each other, and the refs just let them play.
Yeah.
And now it's a different type of physicality. These guys want to choke each other, and yeah. Yeah, he got off light. That's my opinion. But you know what? I mean, that goes to show that the Golden State Warriors are not a contender this year. And I never thought they're going to be a contender this year regardless. I mean, your big thing is Chris Paul. I'm like, no, it's not going to happen.
Did you guys hate the Warriors growing up? Like when Chris Mullin was there? Did you guys hate the Warriors?
No.
Dude, to be honest with you, I thought, it was just a random team up north. Like they weren't relevant,
Yes.
So,
yeah, I mean, I remember when they played on K-Count 9 and Kobe and Shaq, and they would just dominate them. Like, they were just like, okay, Like we're gonna roll these guys up, and that's it. Like they were like nothing. And then Steph Curry comes along out of Davidson, like an unknown guy, and I mean he's the leader of the team. Obviously, he's the guy who just when he's on, he's on.
Was he the only notable player during that era? Was it Chris Mullin? Was there? Did they have somebody else?
They had Chris Webber.
Chris Webber, that's right. Yeah.
Or was it?
No, Chris Webber was the Kings.
That's right.
Was he the King? Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That's like another random team that was just
even
up
the
north.
Kings were more relevant than the Warriors in that era.
With Divac.
The Kings and the Lakers in the playoffs. Oh man, those are some matchups. Floppy Divac and like flopping his head around all over the place, and it was great. Floppy
Divac
series, like just pounding, man. I just used to love Shaq just rolling dudes up, man. Just like he was just doing his thing. He was unstoppable. He was a diesel.
Oh yeah,
unstoppable.
Yeah, I don't think anybody saw that level of physicality when Shaq came into the league.
Yes, he was a unicorn.
Yeah,
definitely.
Right, so let's go to the next one here. We'll keep it in this.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's his alma mater. Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Spartan for sure.
He's a Spartan, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I see in the back.
Now he want to wear Trojans.
But then again, they're Spartans, not Trojans.
You know, I still remember, like as a kid, like my mom didn't speak English, so she didn't really understand what was happening.
Yeah.
And then so like I come home from school and she's like, "Oh, you're gonna be happy. Look who's on TV. It's like your hero's on TV. Like you're gonna be like, put it on. That's gonna be excited." And he comes on and he announces that he has HIV. And I'm just confused as a kid, just standing there like oh, like yeah, like I don't know what to do. Oh, he's got HIV. Okay.
You know what the funny thing is that Winning Time series, that's the only thing they got accurate out of the whole
that press conference.
That and plus, I mean, just him coming out and saying that he had the HIV. I mean, that was the only thing they got. I couldn't take that show seriously because they kept rambling on about how terrible Jerry West was and his temper. It's like
really
everybody came to his defense about how like he's like your grandpa. He's like the sweet, kind old grandpa. Like Jerry West is the logo, man. Like I didn't like that. It's like come on.
I never heard anybody talk bad about Jerry West.
Oh, it was terrible. That Winning Time. That Winning Time show, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was really bad. It got so bad where he felt like his name was being smeared, and like he kind of did like a cease and desist.
Wow.
And the guys on the creators of the show were like, no, like this is entertainment. Like, you know, it's like, what are you getting so mad about? And he felt like they were depicting like him in a wrongful manner, and it got pretty big. It got pretty big. I mean, even Jerry West said how he would even take it up to the Supreme Court, like if he had to. That's how serious it got.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Dude, I remember. Sorry, kind of picking off your story, Kamish. So Magic loved the Lakers growing up, So I remember saving up for like I bought his jersey at the swap. I mean, don't ask me how legit it was, but when he came out that he had, oh man, I looked at the jersey and I was like, I can't wear you anymore.
Yeah.
So like, and I put it away somewhere, and I don't know what happened to it, to be honest.
Oh no way.
Yeah, but now I'm like, man, he was still a baller, that this guy, Magic just was a freaking baller, dude,
He was a baller, yeah.
And it's like, it's unfortunate what happened, but he cured himself.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is how we talked about prior to Kareem, he was a point guard. Magic was a point guard, so he was not your average point guard at his size. Everybody was more like he's gonna be a forward. It's like no, he wanted to play point guard.
Yeah, he's like 6'8". He's like LeBron's height, right?
Yeah, it's unreal. Like at his height, and he wasn't scrawny. I mean, man, for his physical state, the way he played the position just changed the position in a way that, I mean, let me think. I mean, Luka's a point guard, correct? Or is he like more like a forward?
No. He's a point guard, bro.
He's a point guard, right? So yeah. It's like back in those days, like it was kind of unheard of. So he kind of like paved the way for Luka. Like, I mean, Luka is just like his size. Everybody talks about he's out of shape and this, and they point out, but man, that guy can ball.
Oh yeah,
that guy throws up the ball and it goes in. It's just magic. He's magical himself.
Well, dude, the guy's been playing when he was like 15, 16, grown men, you know.
Grown men, yes.
Yeah, so it's like he's cut from a different cloth,
yes.
you know?
Yes. So, that's the thing about the Euros, man. I mean, look at how am I blanking out his name? The Nuggets?
Jokic?
Jokic, yeah. Look at Jokic. I mean, it's just like unreal what he does, man. He is just like, wow. So light on his feet, the way he handles the ball, he distributes. When he's in the paint, he's dangerous. He's gonna score. Like he's in the paint, you're in trouble. It's kind of like going back to Shaq. It's like when Shaq was in the paint, you better get out of his way. Yeah.
Yeah, every time I see Jokic play, like he's so fundamentally sound that it's like he makes basketball look easy.
Yes.
At his height, you know.
Yes. And his weight.
Yeah. And his weight, and it's like it's almost like he's playing, you know, with little kids at times.
Yes.
He's just like, boop, boop, like, oh, here, a little shot there, you know.
Yes.
So it's fun to see him play, though. Yeah.
It's fun to see him play. Yeah, unicorn. I mean, he should have won that MVP last year.
Or 2 years ago.
No, last year too. They took it from him. It was from the Sixers. Oh man, goodness.
Oh, Embiid?
Embiid took it. Yeah, they gave it to Embiid. I was like, no, dude.
Oh, yeah, Jokic, right. I forgot about that.
Jokic like proved them all wrong. Like won the title.
Yeah.
Was the MVP of the finals. And it's like, dude, come on. This guy, like, granted, yeah, he had a good cast around him, but man, he was the man. He was unstoppable. He was hot. He was on fire. Yeah.
On fire.
Yeah.
Oh man.
I think he's gonna get back next year, man, and he's gonna light it up. That's my personal opinion. This guy, you can't keep him down. You can't keep him down. I mean, he's been through a lot of things in his life, in college, out of transfer, and this is just another obstacle, another hurdle, and he's gonna get over it. And it's messed up because I picked the Browns to win the North, but I felt like the Bengals were gonna make some noise in the playoffs. You know, even if because there's definitely gonna be Cleveland, Baltimore, Steelers. They all three of those teams will make the playoffs. And now the Bengals are out. They're in their division games. This is pretty much a bye week. It's an automatic win now. It's really bad. It's tough. DG, Kamish?
Yeah, man. I mean, I think we talked about this pretty early on in our podcast this season, and we're like, if he's healthy, he's gonna kill it. But
he's gonna kill it. Yeah.
These injuries.
Yeah.
Now I don't know if if the team's like, man, we should have just rested him,
right?
Get him healthy, and maybe they could have sneaked in. Maybe he would have been 100%. Come playoff time if they would have made it. But man, at this point, they're done.
Yeah, they're 5-5 now, so it's pretty bleak. I mean, you have to pretty much win out, and that's not going to happen.
Yeah, so very unfortunate. I saw, I think it was the game last night, right? On
last
Thursday
night, yeah,
where he does his motion, and you just see where he's just like, nope, can't do it. I'm done.
And I suffered a wrist injury last year, and yeah, it's painful. I mean, I can only imagine what he suffered. I'm hearing ligaments. I mean, for me, it was I don't know what exactly it was. It was a pretty bad sprain. Yeah. But man, just doing anything with your hand, like we take it for granted. We're like, oh, we can do whatever. But once you have an injury to your hand or your wrist, like those bones are so small, where it takes forever to recover. So that's why he's out for the season. It sounds like a small thing, like your wrist. Oh, okay, big whoop. No, it's a big deal. It's a big deal. I mean, he's throwing the football with that wrist. So the big thing about it is, Commission DG.
Yes,
they're saying that he might have gotten injured prior to the game, and there was footage about how he had some kind of brace or
Oh yeah,
what have you?
We were right to the stadium, right?
Right. When they ride to the stadium from the flight, and they're doing like a whole investigation about how it affected the money line and it affected fantasy football and all the bets, and you know how the NFL is married with gambling. So, oh man, it's like a big old thing.
They could be fined.
They could be fined.
They could be fined. They could face a big fat fine for not divulging that injury.
There you go. That's right. That's absolutely correct, sir.
Yeah, because it could affect the outcome of a game. If you're a gambler, as DG knows, who bet
and as me and DG, like I pretty much begged on DG, like, hey DG, like they needed to win to survive. They needed to win to survive, not for the North, but to make a playoff spot. You came out of the gate slow. You needed to recover it, and that was their opportunity. Interdivision rival. Interdivision games, stick within. Hopefully, I mean, you could still have a chance to win out the North. By them losing this game, they're not going to win the North, and they're not going to make the playoffs. That's my honest opinion.
DG, if you knew that he had a previous injury, would you have bet the Bengals?
You know what, my sources, told me that he was good. You know, he was good to go.
Good to go.
So I have faith in my sources. They let me down, and I lost that money. But we keep rolling, boys. We keep rolling.
Yeah.
Is
your source a Magic 8 Ball, or are you just shaking the Magic 8 Ball?
You know what's funny is a fantasy football show for CBS. I listen to them. I take a little bit of their advice, but I like to listen to them before Jeff Mann comes on. So they have the main guy. He has a Magic 8 Ball that he bought on Amazon, and he does that, and it's hilarious. And most of the time, it's like pretty accurate.
Oh my god!
What was that?
The CBS fantasy football podcast.
Oh, okay.
They're funny, man. They're fantastic. You know what they do. Yeah.
Like, I don't want to reveal my sources, okay, guys.
No, it was me, DG. I had you, dude. I cannot say it enough. If I didn't even know. I honestly thought when he was crouching down, I thought it was his knee. I'm like, oh my god, here we go again. It's his knee.
But so he's out for the season.
Or I mean, his calf, not his knee, his calf.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, here we go. And then it was like they were talking about how it was his wrist. I was like, whoa, yeah. I didn't even know about this. So then,
who's the backup?
Jake Browning.
Jake Browning. So the Bengals are done, huh?
Say again.
The Bengals are done. That's it.
I mean, the Browning kid looked good. I mean, but he's not Joe Burrow. I mean, he had a couple of nice passes to Tanner Hudson, to the tight end. He had a nice touchdown pass to Jamar Chase, but Mixon couldn't do it alone either. They were saying that he got injured on that pass to Mixon, that touchdown pass to Mixon. That's what happened. It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
And this is the highest paid guy in the NFL. No, yeah, it is him. Yeah, he's the highest paid.
He's the highest paid. Wow,
higher than Hurts. Yeah, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow. I think it's him and the Cleveland quarterback. They're the two highest paid QBs.
Correct. Deshaun Watson. Yeah. Well, Deshaun Watson. The difference is all that money's guaranteed.
Yeah, man.
That's the difference right there.
Huge difference.
That's a huge difference because in the NFL, it's not. Deshaun Watson's the only guaranteed contract now.
Yeah.
And
the thing about the NFL, is that the best guy isn't necessarily the highest paid. Like Brady was never the highest paid when he was QB.
Correct. Look at Mahomes. Look at Mahomes and Kelsey. I mean, there's tight ends that are making more than Travis Kelsey, and Travis Kelsey's like the best at what he does. But they'd rather spread that money around. The thing I don't get about the Chiefs is they have like no wide receiving core.
Yeah.
They have a decent run game, and they're still getting it done somehow. And like that defense is like they're doing way better than what anybody expected them to be. They're getting it done. And
speaking
now,
of tight ends.
Yeah, and now Commission DG, this whole thing with Burrow being out, now everybody's crowning the Chiefs as the champions of the AFC. In my opinion, I feel like the AFC is just going to cannibalize each other. Like when it comes to the playoffs, they're all going to kill each other. And who's going to be left standing? NFC. The NFC is going to be so easy to take. The Eagles, if they keep doing what they're doing and Jalen Hurts is healthy, boom, they're just going to slide right in. Whatever. Okay, we beat who we had to beat. and the AFC's all beat up and cannibalized, and you got Mahomes in there walking in with one ankle like the last Super Bowl. I think it's gonna be a different story. If it is the Chiefs and the Eagles in the Super Bowl again, I think the Eagles are gonna beat them this time.
Yeah. I had a brutal Thursday night because I lost my QB, Joe Burrow, and I lost my tight end in
Mark Andrews.
Oh, you lost him? Damn. Double whammy.
That was brutal. That was a double whammy, yeah.
I had a combined 10 points for both of them. So.
And I got both of those guys in some of my other leagues, and I was just like, oh, man. Like, yeah.
All right, let's
injuries.
move on here.
Injuries.
Yeah. Injuries.
Yeah. Yeah.
Stud. So Mike Evans is closing in on another 1,000+ yard season.
Hall of Famer. Yeah, he's a Super Bowl champ. He's a Super Bowl champ too. So it's like there's nothing left for the guy in his position as a wide receiver. Wow. He's already automatically Hall of Famer.
Hey, can I ask you guys a quick question,
please? Yeah.
Why is it that he doesn't get his credit? Because I feel like look at him. He's putting up his numbers, but he's in nobody's mouth. Like. He's not like big advertisements, big campaigns. But look at him; he's clearly putting up these numbers.
Yes, with Baker Mayfield, mind you.
What's that?
With
and it's like, man, like, give this guy his credit. Like
they should.
Yeah, very good point. Yeah.
Do you know who else was his quarterback?
Mr. Tom Brady.
In college.
Like Tom Brady, yeah.
No, in college.
Oh, no idea.
Johnny Manziel.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Johnny Manziel.
Man.
Johnny Manziel was quarterback in college, Texas A&M. Yeah, top target.
So, why do you think, Brian? I mean, I have no idea to answer DG's question. Yeah, why isn't he a bigger name? Why
I think it's just the Buccaneers. The whole thing with Brady retiring now. Brady's not there. They're not going to give him his flowers. Mayfield, like I said, even I passed up on him in our league. I was like, I would have rather taken Godwin, and Godwin hasn't really been up to the hype. No. Evans has been way, way better than Godwin. I think he plays in a division, the NFC South, which is not a sexy division. I mean, they all pretty much are like cannibalizing each other as well. They're gonna be. The thing is with the NFC South is whoever wins that division is probably gonna be like below 500 or at 500, and that's the reason. That's really the reason why, in my opinion, his stats are unreal. He's played under the great Tom Brady, won a Super Bowl. You got to give him his flowers. I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's got the golden captain patch. So once the golden captain patch is 5 years and beyond. So,
wow. I
mean, he's a leader. Okay, he's not just regular wide receiver. Okay, he's pretty good. No, when you're a captain on an NFL team, that's high praise. You have the respect of the entire locker room. You're a captain.
Yeah, I've always been big on him. That's why I took him in the draft this
very wise
this season and last season.
Very wise. Yeah,
he's got a motor. He just goes out there. He's got speed in the hands.
He's got the speed, the hands, the length. He's the type of guy who goes out there and he plays angry. Like you just see him right here. This picture says it all. He's out there. He's a competitor.
No. Yeah.
I mean, he wants to win. The Bucks. I mean, they surprised me. My pick was Atlanta. Atlanta is just who knows what is going on. You got Bijan. You got Pitts.
Yes.
You got Algier. Even Algier's a decent backup. And they're just Drake London.
Yeah. I think they're wasting all those guys.
They got a decent defense. You got one of the top kickers in Younghoe Koo. It's a good team. They play in a dome. I mean, most of those what they play 8 games in the dome. It's a waste, yeah. And the Buccaneers are more unlikely if Baker Mayfield keeps doing what he's doing. Obviously, I mean, he's about to hit 10 straight seasons, 1,000+ yards. The Buccaneers are surprising a lot of people. I mean, my pick was the Falcons, and the Falcons can't get out of their own way. We'll see how they come out of the bye.
You have a theory, DG, why he doesn't get the praise he should?
I think, like we said, the team he's on, the Buccaneers, not except I guess when Brady was there, but not the biggest of markets, I want to say.
Yeah, Tampa Bay.
Tough, division, like Brian was saying, Saints, Falcons, Panthers. not the sexiest. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I was like, oh, he's decent, but like, no, his accolades tell he's great. Like he's
all with
a
one
really
team
good player, you know.
All with one team. Though he's been drafted by the Buccaneers, been the Buccaneers. He's at this point. I mean, he's pretty much their franchise player. I mean, it's not even Baker Mayfield.
Yeah,
Chris Godwin hasn't produced. It's him. He's the franchise.
Yeah, it might be his demeanor too. You know, he seems like a pretty soft-spoken type of person.
Yeah.
I've never seen him in any type of commercial or anything.
Yes.
You know, right now it's Kelsey and Mahomes. You know, and so you know, I think all those things kind of contribute to his. He just kind of flying under the radar. You know.
Can I piggyback on Kelsey being on the limelight? Okay, so it's kind of good, but his production on the field has not been Travis Kelce-esque, you can say. Am I wrong? I mean,
no.
Beginning of the season, he was, I mean, solid. I personally think he's injured. There's something going on there. He's injured.
Ooh, hot take.
I think he's not. I picked up Noah Gray. Okay, so I'm gonna be a friend. Noah Gray's out there in the waiver wire. He's a stash guy. Okay, like he's not a guy who's like, oh, I'm gonna play him this Sunday. It's like, no, dude, Noah Gray is the next man up. If once Kelsey goes down, if he does go down for some reason, he breaks up with Taylor Swift, dropping the ball when Mahomes is like throwing like a 5-yard pass. Like Noah Gray is the guy you kind of want to turn to. I mean, he was there the first game against the Lions. He played a pretty good game. So I honestly just don't think that I have Kelsey in one of my other leagues. I actually traded Kelsey in one of my other leagues. Yeah. And I got back a pretty good haul. I got Devon A-Chain, I got Zach Moss, and I got Kyle Pitts. I don't really care. The one that I want was A-Chain. I mean, A-Chain's that's the league winner right there. Yeah, we all whiffed on him.
Yeah. I can see that injury report when Travis Kelce breaks up broken heart.
Yes, yeah. He's in the limelight where it's. I mean, he's going off to South America, was our Argentina, where he was at. He had dinner with Taylor.
I don't even know, dude.
Yeah. I mean, they're on a bye, so it's like, dude, you should be with the team. Focus on football. Focus on winning another chip. You're not getting younger. The thing with the NFL is like you're aging every year. Is like you're adding 10 years. Yeah. It's not for life. That's why the NFL stands for really not for life.
Not for life.
Never heard that.
Mike Evans needs to fire his agent or get him or tell him to, like, get him some commercials or something, and then get on some dating site or some Starlet or something.
Yeah, I mean he's obviously
got to be another country. Oh, Britney, he needs to find Britney Spears, start dating her,
or Olivia Rodrigo or something like that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
So these young ladies who turn it up, yeah.
Well, I can't. Sorry, I went too far.
Oh, it's okay, Commissioner.
There we go.
Interesting.
It's blocking the letters. I can't read it. There you go.
So, Tampa's our veteran pass rusher, Bruce Irvin, is signing with the #Lions per his agent, Danielle Salazar. The one-time #Seahawks first-round pick, Irvin will start out on the practice squad. He has 55.5 career sacks. Wow.
Is this a good move by the Lions?
Yes.
This is what they needed?
They need to fortify that defense. They're solid on offense. They got the sun god, obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You got the two-headed monster of Gibbs and Montgomery. Montgomery's going to feast. Oh, he's going to have bear for breakfast, lunch, and dinner this coming Sunday. It's going to be But, yeah, this is a very nice move. Very nice move. It's like for a guy who has 55.5 career sacks, yeah, I want that guy on my team. Yeah. The Lions are just doing it. They're just doing.
So was this guy? He wasn't on any roster. They're just picking him up.
Yeah, correct. Because the trading deadline already passed in October 31st. So now it's just kind of like what the Rams did with the quarterback situation. Even though Stafford's going to play, which I find kind of interesting. I was hoping they would Wentz, but I guess he's not up to the playbook yet. They want to see how Stafford performs. So yeah, it's still a nice signing. They got him. I'm pretty sure they got him for nothing. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, it's very interesting what the Lions are doing this season.
Very. They're all in.
Yeah.
They're all in. Are they gonna win? They're gonna win the North, like I called it before, preseason. But they're gonna make it past the first round, but I don't see them going to the Super Bowl. Not this year. Maybe next year.
Ooh,
it's gotta be exciting. It's gotta be exciting to be a Lions fan right now. Like your team's
totally.
making some moves. They're trying. They're going for it, like you said.
That town needs something, you know?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Yes.
So,
and they seem like great fans too. I mean, they're faithful.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, look at the Tiger, you know, the MLB Tigers.
Yep.
They have a good fan base, and you know, them being successful right now in football, I think is great for the city. It's great for the team. Yes. I want to disagree with you, Brian, about them not going through the Super Bowl this season, but
I'm with DG. I like it. Please, yeah, go.
No, I'm just saying because like you guys are saying, they're all in. You know, they're off to a great start. They're doing well. They could tweak a couple things here and there, but I mean, what team? You know, all it matters is that they stay healthy and they make it through the first and second round. You know, that's all it is. You know. But
I agree with DG. I feel like they have a little spark, like kind of like what the Bengals had at first, where nobody expects anything from them, and then all of a sudden,
boom,
they're just beating teams.
Yeah. Okay, so I had my hands up like this.
Yeah,
I'm ready.
Give it to me.
I'm ready. Okay.
Also, the Detroit Tigers.
No. I love the takes.
Yeah.
And I love the disagreement, and we should do that more often. We can't agree on everything.
Yeah.
But imagine the Eagles are going to be the number 1 seed. I'm putting it on paper. I'm saying it to the bank.
Yeah.
The Lions will have to go through the link. Okay. Jared Goff is not a good road quarterback. He's terrible in the cold. He's not going to be nice and comfy in his dome. And I'm in the dome, and now he can score 4 touchdowns. And he goes to like Green Bay, and he's like sacked for like 20 times. Has a couple fumbles and he forgets what team he's playing for. And yeah, it's like NFC Championship, definitely. But who's going to be there? The Eagles.
Yeah.
Not the Cowboys. The Cowboys play in a dome too.
Yeah.
But no. The Eagles.
But that's an exciting game. That's going to be exciting if that happens.
Oh, beautiful. That's what we love. We love these physical matchups, the two of the best, the top teams. I mean, you win to get in, obviously. I mean, look at us with our fantasy playoff situation. Like we're coming down to the wire. Yeah. And anything can happen. It's all based on the matchups too. I mean, who's hot, who's got the best matchup. Just like this last week with Al, a member of our league. Oh, he demolished me.
Yeah.
He oh my God.
You had a rough week, Brian.
He had the Cowboys, and the Cowboys took out all their frustration on the poor New York Giants. Who people are saying they're like a JV football team right now. And it's just like, whoa. Dak looked like a Hall of Famer. Everybody got theirs except Pollard for some reason didn't really get the. I mean, even Rico Dottle got a touchdown. I don't get it what the situation, the running back situation is there. But the Lions are a very nice team. But this year, that's how they're going to be, is a very nice team. It's going to win the North for, what was it, back in 95 is the last time they won or something like that? Something ridiculous. But I just don't they're not my Super Bowl pick. But I appreciate, I mean, I like the take. I like the take, and we'll see. It's been a week-to-week league.
Oh, yeah.
Especially with the injuries, so you don't know what's going to happen. No. So I could be wrong. And sometimes I like to be proved wrong because I'm not always right. I'm not always going to be right. So I like it.
But the Eagles are a good team to cheer for. I think those are two good stories. If the Lions make it or the Eagles make it, those are two good stories. I think.
I just love Jalen Hurts, his story, and he's a professional, and he's come through. He's been through a lot. He's playing banged up. I mean, he's banged up himself. But he's still out there. He's a machine, man. I always root for players who are like that, are professionals, want to play every single snap, no excuses. Let's go. He's like I said, he's not going to get any younger. He knows that AJ Brown is. I mean, he's aging. I mean, you got these two running backs. You got Gainwell and you got Swift. You don't really know what you're going to get from both of these guys. So it's just interesting how they find ways to win. I mean, they beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys gave them a good fight. I'll give them that. I'll give the Cowboys that. I'll give them the credit. They will make the playoffs, but if it's against the Eagles again, I think the Eagles are still going to take them out. The wild card in a way is that the 49ers, even though they're going to win the West, man, those 49ers is just like they got all their weapons back. So we'll see what happens. The NFC is pretty tough too, but the AFC is just like a different animal. I mean, they're just cannibalizing each other. That's pretty much what it is. AFC is like so cutthroat every week. And like I said last week about Cleveland, look at Cleveland. They took out the Ravens.
Yeah.
Look at the Broncos. They took out the Bills, and everybody was already ready to crown the Bills. It's like, no, dude, not so fast. Week to week league.
Man, I was finding the Broncos like every week.
Yes,
that's true.
But now I'm like, oh wow, okay, like they're actually a team. Like they're doing something.
Coaching, coaching. Like we talked about it before. It's like Sean Payton. Man, he's brought Russell Wilson back around. That team is buying in. The team is buying in. They're still able to make the playoffs too.
Yeah.
They're not ready to be counted out. And if they don't make the playoffs, they're going to play spoiler to so many teams. It's going to be unreal. They're not going to be an easy out.
No,
awesome.
And as a Dodgers fan, I've always been jealous of that Detroit logo. I always thought that
it's sweet.
That D.
Oh
yes,
really
yes. The white or the orange. Yeah, it's sweet. Yeah, it's very old school.
And then that D that they have on the cap too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's very vintage, very old school.
Yeah, that old school right
1800s. Yeah.
What do you guys make of this?
Okay, let's see. Yeah, Ben Johnson, yes.
The young NFL coaches to watch: Ben Johnson, Mike McDonald, Sean Desai, Brian Callahan. I think that's how you say Sean Desai. Do you know how you say that name, Brian?
Desai, yeah, Desai.
Chris Horton, Brian Johnson,
Brian Callahan, yeah.
Jared Mayo, Ejira Evero. Is that how you say that?
Yeah.
Patrick Graham and Bobby Slowick.
Yeah.
You heard of any of these guys?
I've heard of Brian Johnson and Ben Johnson, the two Johnson I've heard of. I've heard of Gerard Mayo, the linebackers coach for the Patriots. Yes. Mike McDonald, like I said, yeah, I heard about him. Brian Callahan, I think they were talking about him for a bit yesterday on the broadcast. Let me ask you guys this: what do they all have in common? Besides one.
Defensive coordinators?
Yeah.
No, they're all OCs.
Was that what it says? Oh.
Yeah. They're all OCs. Like I said, besides Gerard Mayo, the linebackers coach for the Patriots. But and then the Chris Horton is a special teams coordinator. A special teams coordinator doesn't get its props. A special teams coordinator, oh my goodness. If the Bills should have fired somebody, it should have been the special teams coordinator. How do you have 12 men on the field on the game-winning kick? How?
Lack of discipline.
Like, I'm not even a Bills fan, and I'm like, what happened? How? How?
Terrible. Terrible.
That's your job. You're the special, even head coach. You know what? I'm not a Bills fan, but what they did to that poor coach, Ken Dorsey, that was not cool, man. Not cool. They needed a scapegoat, and he was a sacrificial lamb. And man, the NFL was like so cutthroat. These coaches is just like, wow, like you know who's okay. So Tom Purcell's young coaches, okay. I'm still on the mindset that I think Jim Harbaugh will make his return to one of these vacancies.
Oh, really?
Yes. Huh. If Michigan wins the national title, and there's all this speculation about they cheated and whatever, dude. Right. That guy's on the first bus or plane, what have you, planes, trains, automobiles, doesn't matter, life raft.
You think he's going to do the same thing
as raft? He's going NFL. He's going NFL. One of these owners is going to get desperate and they're going to bring him on.
He's doing the USC guy.
Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. He's doing a Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Get out of Dodge.
Right. And he has the backing from his brother.
Yeah.
John in Baltimore. I mean, John stood up for him. Even he said that they didn't give him fair shakes. You know what? This whole thing with Michigan is a different story. Yeah. But okay, back to the topic at hand. Yes, it's like special teams corners are very important. No, it's not because of the punting and the kicking and he's in charge of the kickers and these guys they have to know everything. Offense, defense, their own category, special teams. They have to know the entire field. It's special teams. A lot of good coaches. If I'm not mistaken, I gotta look this up next time. I'll have it for you guys. I know some special teams corners who have become Hall of Fame coaches. So yeah.
I don't see my your Rams or my Packers. Go ahead.
No, yeah. We're as the Rams we pretty much already shipped off everybody. Kevin O'Connell's the guy with the Vikings, and he's just blossomed. He's been fantastic. And just for him to bring in Josh Dobbs and have Dobbs like on the fly, it was like that's coaching as well. To keep that team in contention, they're not going to win the North, but to keep that team in contention to win a wild card berth, that's special. It's just, you lose Cousins. It's like a situation with Burrow. It's like they lost Cousins and they didn't even miss a step. You bring in Josh Dobbs, and Josh Dobbs was with the Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
at the beginning of the season. But the Browns felt like DTR, Dorian Thompson-Robinson, is like special, and he looked good in that preseason game. That preseason game against the Jets. He had some flashes. So I want to see what happens this next Sunday. Yeah. And I want to see where the coaching is with Stefanski. Stefanski's a heck of a coach. He's just been dealt with a bad hand. And they got a good defense. Like I said, this team is ready to win. They're not going to win the Super Bowl, but they're ready to compete.
What do you think, DG?
No, I was just going to say, I think definitely younger coaches are the new wave or the wave of the future. Because, look at Sean McVay, young guy. And man, like he turned the ship around and, he got us that chip. And I think a lot of teams are like, yeah, you know what, let's give these younger guys a shot, and it's a lot of pressure. Like Brian was saying, they need to know offense, defense, their own plays. And it's like, but you know what? You might find a diamond in the rough,
Yes.
Let them develop, like we were Brian was saying up in Minnesota, to bring that quarterback around that quickly, or get him up to speed with the offense, like that's really impressive. That's great. Like
he hadn't even like really learned the whole playbook, and just to kind of like, I guess, do like a Cliff Notes.
Yeah,
you can
much,
say,
right?
yeah, like a Cliff Notes, like on the fly. It's like that. It's just outstanding. Yeah. That's coaching. Yeah, and another thing too, gentlemen, is this is a different NFL. These younger players, I don't want to say they want to be coddled, but they don't want to be getting yelled at. They're grown men. We live in a different society now where it's like, I'm a man, you're a man. Treat me like a man. So they don't want to be barked at by like a Bill Belichick. And that's the thing with Bill Belichick. It's like now everybody's like, well, man, like I think a lot of these players look at them and it's like, well, you had Brady and you won all these Super Bowls with Brady, and now you don't have Brady. And I think that Mac Jones is not getting a fair shake. I think he's an NFL quarterback. Okay, he's gonna be on a different team next year, and he's gonna get a fair shake. Anybody with these backup quarterbacks, even the Bengals would love to have a Mac Jones. You got to be kidding me. Mac Jones is not the issue. We're going back to coaching and players, and that conversation.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one here.
Yeah, correct.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Oh, did it go away? Hold on.
I think the only reason I'll watch it is because of Mike McDaniel. I just love that coach. He's fantastic.
He's a character, isn't he?
He's a character.
Yeah.
But he's such a brainiac too. His story too. I was watching about how his story was. He was an alcoholic.
Really?
Dude, yeah.
When he was with the Texans as an assistant coach, He missed the meeting. He got fired.
Wow.
And I mean, he cleaned up his act. Started building his way back up, and look at him now. I mean, those are your AFC East champion Miami Dolphins right there. As long as Tua stays healthy, though, that's the common denominator right there. You need Tua. I mean, you could lose Waddle. You could probably lose Mostert because A-Chain's just so good. But, man, dude, Tua is the guy that's going to lead. He's the quarterback. It all comes quarterback. I mean, we can't say enough. Yeah. Colin Cowherd says it all the time. It's a quarterback-driven league. Yeah.
Are you tuning in, DG?
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, they're an exciting team first and foremost. And I just want to see how is this coach is keeping everything glued together? Because it's a lot of personalities, a lot of egos.
Yes, you got Tyreek Hill. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Maybe like you said, he's a pretty young guy, so maybe they relate to him a little better, or maybe his approach might be, hey, let's work together, blah blah. I'm not yelling at you, blah blah blah.
Yes.
I think it's gonna get some eyeballs, so I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna get my eyeballs, that's for sure. And just the other thing is, I want to see how he coordinates with Vic Fangio. Vic Fangio's an older coach.
Yeah,
he's a defensive coordinator.
Yeah.
And Vic Fangio had his chance to be head coach with the Broncos before they hired Hackett. And so I want to see how he coordinates with him, how they work together, because they're making it work. It's like old school, new school. It's fantastic. It's coaching. Coaching is just like, as you guys can see, like I'm like really into like seeing like what these coaches do and pick their brains, and just I'm a student of the game. Like I'm still learning more and more. It's exciting. And then the other thing too, before we move on to the next thing, I think that the whole thing with the Jets, I tuned in for the first episode. And I just thought it was too cocky. Like they were just like, it's preseason, and you guys are already talking about winning a championship, and we got the biggest. I got balls the size of grapefruits. They're doing the whole Vince McMahon thing, It's just like, nah, dude. Stop. You're a wild card team, okay? Like, and then the whole thing with Rodgers goes down, and now they're like scraping the bottom of the barrel. And no, this team right here is just like, this is the team that you gotta look out for. And yeah, they lost against the Chiefs. Bad loss.
Yeah,
they're gonna get over it. I think they're gonna come back.
All right.
What about you, Commissioner? Are you gonna tune in?
This is probably one of the more intriguing ones I've seen. Usually it's kind of like a crappy team that you don't expect much of, and you're not really interested.
Right.
But yeah, this one's intriguing. This one seems really interesting. It's a good. Yeah. I wonder how they decide on which team they're going to do that to, because they never really do it to a team that's kind of having success. It's always kind of like these rebuilding teams.
So what I've heard is that the regular Hard Knocks is a team that didn't make the playoffs. And so it's like they decide like who's going to – I mean, even the Commanders were like at one point a nominee, and they were like – they kind of didn't want to do it because of the whole Daniel Snyder thing, the whole change in ownership. So they thought that was like going to be too toxic. This whole in-season one is interesting because 2 years ago was the first year they did it with the Indianapolis Colts with Carson Wentz. And then last year they did it with the Cardinals with Kyler Murray, and this year obviously the Dolphins. So that's the one that I'm wondering how they decide who, unless they volunteer or what have you. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this one seems a little more intriguing, more interesting than the others so far.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Brian, you have any topics you want to bring up?
I actually want to kind of talk about baseball for a little bit.
Okay.
I know we're in the off season. The hot stove, what they call the free agency market in baseball, the hot stove is definitely heating up. So you got Blake Snell won the NL Cy Young, and I thought to myself, man, that guy would be great in a Dodger uniform. He almost took us out in 2020 when he was with the Devil Rays. I mean, if he would have stayed in that, if Kevin Cash would have kept him in the game, the manager of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays at the time, he's still the manager, but Jesus. He almost wiped us out. I mean, just him alone, like he was unstoppable. And every time, even as a Padre now, he's a Dodger killer. Like you need that guy who's like, okay, like you beat us up so many times, you almost beat us in the World Series. We need you on our team. And he's fantastic. I mean, a Cy Young winner. And I was kind of like, I was happy for him, but I was upset because it's like, man, that value, that market, that money is just gone. It went up by him winning another Cy Young. He has 2 Cy Youngs. By him winning this Cy Young, this current past season, what have you. I mean, that guy's gonna cost a lot of money. So you can't have him and Ohtani. You're gonna have to choose between one or the other. And then the other hot stove topic was Ohtani. Ohtani won the AL MVP. Very controversial because they were saying, how is he the MVP? Because the Angels were terrible. They were like a 70-something win team. How can you give it to somebody who was supposedly the most valuable player, but yet didn't really help the team succeed? So it all doesn't fall on him. But man, his value as well. Like, I mean, you won the MVP, that value is gonna go up. He's gonna want big money. He's gonna want $500 million. So the word is that he wants to stay in the West Coast, but then again, the Chicago Cubs are now. What came out today was they gave an intriguing offer. So it's gonna be interesting to see what the Dodgers do this offseason. If they get Ohtani, great. I don't advise it. If I was Andrew Freeman's ear, I'd be like, no, go for Blake Snell. Let's get Nolan Arenado in here, put somebody on third base. I know Nolan Arenado is an aging player, but he's fantastic. He's had a couple good seasons with the Cardinals. The Cardinals didn't want to give him up to us because they don't want to trade with us. And that's fine. We can sign him in the offseason. Sure. And the last thing I wanted to get into, Commissioner, we kind of talked about this briefly, was Oakland A's. Commissioner DG, this whole thing with Oakland A's, it's just California. Plain and simple, California politics. Granted, yes, the owner, he didn't want to, put a penny out of his own pocket to build a stadium. But that city does not deserve any sports team. Even the Warriors moved out. They moved to San Francisco. It's pretty pathetic. I mean, you have a mayor who just lets the criminals run free. And like I said, I don't want to get into it too politically. But it's kind of a catch-22 because you got an owner who doesn't want to invest in rebuilding the team there. So he's like, oh, I'm going to pick up my team and leave and put in for it to go to Vegas. And Vegas is an up-and-coming market. I mean, all they need now is an NBA team. And they will get an NBA team eventually. So it's just a matter of time. It was a matter of time before they get a Major League Baseball team. The Vegas Raiders are already there, so it's not even a matter of like, gambling, and the NFL's investing in gambling. All the sports are investing in gambling: baseball, basketball, football, even hockey, what have you. So I just feel bad for the fans because those fans in Oakland, man, when they will play the Yankees in the postseason, that stadium was rocking, man. Those fans came out, and that's a football stadium. To pack that place, I mean, there was no empty seats. And that place, I've never been up there, but I've heard it's a dump. I've seen plenty of videos. There's visual evidence that it's a dump. The team deserves better. The franchise deserves better, but I think the fans are the ones who got cheated out of all of it mostly. And just, it's California politics for you in a sense. It's like we rather throw money at things that's like not necessary, where it's like we think we're doing the right thing, where we're really not. But like I said, it's kind of like, I don't want to get too politically into it, but it just, I mean, if Oakland really wanted to keep them there, they would have found a way to keep them there. I mean, they're both wrong. The city and the owner are both wrong, but obviously money always wins. It prevails. So
yeah. Well, that owner is notoriously cheap.
Yes, he's like the Gap heir or something like that.
Yeah.
They
never really
like the store, the Gap. Yeah.
They never invested the money that they should have in that team, and then
right.
I mean, and part of it is not just like it. Well, it is politics because it's also easier to do business in other states. Like if you're Oakland A's and you just move the team down there, everybody just got a raise. Just because they're going to pay less taxes, they're going to pay less on everything. So that's like, just playing the numbers, it makes a lot of sense to move your team down there.
Yeah.
But I heard like you talked about the fans came out to that Oakland stadium, which is going to be interesting because now that it's in Vegas, there's no real home team. And in the sense that everybody that goes to Vegas is there on vacation. They're out for, the party. They're out to, it's summer vacation or something. And so who's going to show up to these games? And I also heard that the seating capacity for the stadiums that they're thinking about is going to be like in the 30 to 40K. So that's going to be pretty small.
Yeah. I mean, granted, it's going to be a state-of-the-art facility compared with Coliseum. I mean, the Coliseum is obviously bigger than that, but they were playing in a dump. I mean, what's wrong? Sorry, you got my puppy with me.
Oh, I thought you just whistled.
I kept zooming in. Yeah, she wants to say hello. Yeah, it's dark. Yeah, she's my other daughter. So
there you go.
Yeah, they're like kids. She's great though.
What's her name?
Darla.
Darla.
Like in Little Rascals. Oh, Darla. And she knows what I'm talking about her.
Yeah.
She's an Ace fan. That's why she shut up.
I think that's why she's upset. Yeah, I think she's like, "What are you wearing?"
Yeah. You know, you're totally on point, Brian. The ones affected is the fan base. You know, because they've been there for decades. You know, and you know, I'm sure these younger kids growing up. You know, I'm sure the parents or the dad was an Ace fan, and you know, it's taken away, and it's like they might follow him to Vegas. Very unlikely. And you know, circling back to Vegas is actually a booming sport.
It's booming.
Yeah, I think you mentioned it before, Brian. They have the Aces, the WNBA champs, the NHL team that's a champion as well.
The Golden Knights.
Raiders, you know, and you know, I think it fits in with the Vegas with what they sell. You know, they could probably be like, hey, come and catch a game and gamble. You know, you're weekend away, you know.
Oh, dude, and then like now, like those rooms are like super expensive and they're charging for parking. They're making money.
Yes.
Yeah. So
they're making so much money. They're printing money.
Yeah, I mean, look at it this weekend. Vegas is having the Formula One race. They were like literally pouring money just to get going because all the things they have to do. Yeah. So
the popularity is it's like such a I think because the Netflix series they like gained like so much popularity against like the elites and stuff. So there's
so that's why interesting.
A lot of money involved. Yeah.
That's an interesting point.
Yeah.
Because I heard people talking about that Netflix series because I remember watching Indy kart racing because it would just be on free TV, so it would be like
right on
who doesn't want to sit down and watch this? You know what I mean?
ABC, yeah.
So I'd be watching Formula One and Indy kart racing, and everybody thought it was kind of crazy to be watching these guys. But now you're right. I heard people talking about this some Netflix show that showed it, and so if you hear regular people talking about it, then that's probably why it's booming.
It's become a really big deal. I still haven't really caught on, but I mean, they talking about on regular sports radio now. We're just like, oh, okay, it's a really big thing now.
Yeah, I always like to go into the Long Beach one, the Long Beach Grand Prix.
The Grand Prix, yeah.
It's a nice for those who haven't gone to one. Like it's a pretty fun time,
dude. I want to go to the Coliseum when they do the NASCAR.
Oh, they do that?
They do it there?
Yes, they did it. They did it last year. I think they're gonna do it. I think they're gonna do it again next year. Or was it this year? Last year? I know they did it recently.
Okay.
And I heard it was like sick. Like it was like awesome.
Nice. Like, I've never heard of that.
Yes, the NASCAR. Yeah. They had it at the Coliseum. It was a big. It was like, I didn't tune in to watch it. I think I was working, but because it was a Saturday.
Yeah,
I'm always working Saturdays. But dude, I heard it was like so awesome. Yeah.
If you've never gone to like a Monster Jam, that is wild.
Oh, yeah. Me and my wife talked about how like we should go take the baby. Yeah,
that's a wild time. It's crazy the size of those trucks, how loud what they're doing is just ridiculous.
Yes.
And like you feel the vibrations of
that's so cool.
Do, right? That's awesome. What like draws you in.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's crazy what they're doing when those trucks. They're doing backflips and stuff. It's just wild stuff.
Living on the edge, boys.
Living on the edge. Oh yeah, America.
You got another topic for us, Brian?
I want to hit it with DG. DG, what you got?
Go for it.
All right. Just some quick ones. But the Browns even though they won last Sunday. They lost, because their QB's out.
Yeah.
Man, I'll be honest with you guys. Brian, you got me rooting for the Browns. There's a team there, so I keep my eye on them. I was watching the game, but man, I let's see what they do this Sunday.
Because I mean, like Cleveland's like never really done anything to me, and they've never won anything. So it's like, and I just see that fan base, and they're so hungry. Like you love a fan base, kind of like the Bills. Like I said, I'm not a Bills fan either, but man, those Bill fans too, man. Like there's like so many organizations in the NFL. Look at the Chargers. The Chargers never won anything either.
Yeah,
and they're here in LA, and it's just like, dude, like these fan bases like in the Midwest, they're like so hungry. The ones that never won a title, like Cincinnati as well. And man, you feel for those fans because those fans feel it. Like they're just like they're like they break down in tears. That's how big it is for them.
Yeah.
They're not leaving in the third quarter.
Oh no, those fans, man, they're there from like they're there pregame, postgame. They're there all day, all night. That's like a religion for them. Yeah, that's church for them.
Yeah. Second thing, man, we touched on it briefly earlier, but Josh Dobbs, man, what a player!
Like fantastic.
For him to come into the system, and you know, we talked about the coaching. You know, I'm sure that has a lot to do with it, but man, he's exciting to watch, and I'll be tuning in this Sunday as well. And he to me, he seems like a pretty good person. So I wish him the best, and I wish the team the best.
Yeah, they call him the Tom McVay.
Right, they did.
Tom McVay. Yeah, Tom McVay. Yeah, because him and McVay are they're just offensive gurus, and that's what the league is now. Really, I mean the Browns are kind of like the outlier, where it's like they have just that fantastic defense that keeps them in games. That's how they beat the Ravens. I'm just curious to see what DTR does. I mean, he was a really good quarterback at UCLA. And I mean, it's kind of like LA bias because I would watch the UCLA USC games. Man, that UCLA USC game last year was whoa, fantastic.
Tomorrow's game
was going to be tomorrow. Yeah. With Caleb.
So, we'll see.
Yeah, well, as long as he doesn't get injured.
Yeah.
We need him nice and fresh for the draft. Yeah.
No kidding. What are your guys' thoughts on Kyler Murray? He's back. I saw him running around like a 5-year-old who stole something. That's what all these people say. He looks like he's ready to make some noise. But
that's why I stashed him.
Do you think he'll move the Cardinals? Get him in the winning ways.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, last week was one way to get them winning again, and they're going to win a couple more games there. I mean, they're pretty much going to be out of it. Yeah. The interesting conversation is going to be the offseason, if they're going to keep him or if they're going to go try drafting their quarterback.
Is he still on the contract?
From what I've heard rumblings about how there's teams where Vegas is already coming up with the odds where it's like it's either he stays with the Cardinals. You know what the dark horse team is to try to pursue him is New England.
Really? Wow. That'd be interesting.
That's a hot take. Yeah, I heard on CBS, and they were talking about how he might be on the move because they were talking about how Seattle would love to trade from the Rams, like I said it before, but it's like the Cardinals wouldn't want to give him away to an interdivision rival.
Oh.
You move over to the AFC, and it's like, whoa, like we got something here. And if Belichik sticks around for another year, they don't fire him or what have you, or move him up into an executive position. If he's still commanding that team, he wants, from what the rumblings are, is that he wants to kind of experiment with a mobile quarterback. He had Cam Newton. Cam Newton had some flashy moments, but Cam Newton was just like,
he was out of gas, right?
He was done, just beat up, yeah. But man, I mean, if Murray, if he gets traded to the Patriots, that's an interesting move because the AFC East is going to be ultra competitive next year, all over again. That's a competitive division too. That's like I said, the AFC is going to cannibalize each other. They're just going to beat the crud out of each other. It's going to be bad.
Yeah,
it's going to be a bloodbath. Yeah. Just to even make position into the playoffs, for the wild cards. I mean, it's going to be a bloodbath. Yeah,
that'd be an interesting move to the Patriots. I like that move.
Yeah, that's a hot take right there.
Yeah. All right, and keeping it Patriots since we are. I'm sure we all saw these rumors of Bill Belichick, being on the hot seat right now, and
it's not gonna happen.
Him possibly getting fired or moved or whatever. But man, I don't think that guy's going anywhere.
He's not going anywhere. No,
he's in bed with ownership, So even if they don't win a game the whole season, he's still gonna be there. I just wanted to get your guys' thoughts.
Yeah, I mean they already benched Mac Jones. They're gonna bring in Bailey Zappi. Bailey Zappi he's looked good, but he's not no better than Mac Jones. They're gonna pretty much. I think they're gonna tank. I don't know what their draft status is for next year. I gotta look that up.
Yeah,
but if they do end up falling for a quarterback, I think that's gonna be pretty much their intention for the draft is to draft the next guy, because I think they already gave up on Mac Jones, and they're not gonna. They already pretty much not giving. They're giving the second chance. It's done. It's done.
They own the third pick of next year's draft.
Is that right? Okay. Well, there you go.
Dude,
imagine on Caleb Williams.
I was just thinking that. I don't think he would drop that low, dude.
That's the thing. It's like you got to see who's first. You're looking at it right now, correct? At the moment.
At the moment, the kid from what is it, Washington?
Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah,
Michael Penix Jr.
Yeah. Like that's 1-2 right there. Either he could go either way, I think.
He's the guy you want to look out for this weekend too. They're playing Oregon State, and that's gonna be a bloodbath. Oh baby, that's college football right there.
It's a new game on Fox. Yeah,
that's
gonna
be a good game.
Yeah,
that's good. There's so many good games. I mean, even the whole Michigan Maryland's gonna be a good game too.
Oh,
Maryland is not bad. That's a good squad. That's a good program. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's another one you got to look out for. Yeah.
I think they would fire Belichick. I don't see why not. What has he done?
Get him out of there.
Yeah. Okay, you're being sarcastic. I was gonna say.
No. I'm serious. If I'm Robert Kraft and I'm looking at the team, and Bill Belichick essentially cost me a Super Bowl because Tom Brady didn't want to play for him, so he goes down to Tampa Bay.
True.
And he wins a Super Bowl down there, and I'm looking. That should have been my ring. That should have been for the Patriots organization. So now I listened to you. I lost the quarterback, and I lost that Super Bowl, and you haven't done anything except run the team into the ground. He hasn't drafted well. He's not nobody in that organization is doing anything. He's not they're not improving in any way that I can see.
Yeah.
He's just running in and spinning the wheels into the ground. It's like he's got this high mileage car that he's just revving the engine and not going anywhere.
Yeah, it's leaking oil and the AC doesn't work.
He's doing
it doesn't even have A-track or anything. It just has the stations It's
So eventually, I think Robert Kraft is a business guy, and he has to think
yes.
Am I just going to keep spinning the wheels, or football's cutthroat? And if anybody knows that better than anybody, it's Bill Belichick, because he would cut guys merciless.
Yes,
no matter instead of paying guys, he'd cut them.
And he's done it before.
This is kind of the culture. So
yeah, by him not when he got the Jets job and by not showing up, I mean that's kind of cutthroat too. It's kind of like an a-hole move,
right?
So he's
and not just that. But Bill Belichick has been fired from every team he's had.
The Browns.
He got fired from the Browns.
Cleveland. Yeah.
Did he get fired from the Giants? I can't remember.
Was he fired from the Giants?
Or did he resign?
That's a good question.
I can't remember that, but
I can't remember that either. Yeah, because I know he was under the Tuna.
Yeah.
Yeah,
he's been fired before.
Yeah. Well, he got fired by the Browns, obviously.
Yeah. I think the only thing that saves them is what DG said, or maybe you said it, Brian, that they do seem to have ownership. Robert Kraft and Bill Belichick do seem to have a tight relationship. That's the only thing I think that saves them.
I think at this point it's it's going to come down to what Bill Belichick wants, in a way where it's he's going to come to the table with Bob Kraft, and it's going to be okay, Bob, it's going to take me this. It's going to take this much for me to for you to pay me off. I don't know if he's that type of person, or if it's going to be hey, Bob, I want to stick with the team, and I think I could be an asset still. Let me be an executive. Anything could happen. I mean, he did win Super Bowls, and it wasn't all Brady. It was he's a great defensive mind. He's not going to go down to be the defensive coordinator though, so they're going to have to keep him in a high seat position if they don't have him as the head coach.
Yeah, but I see. This is a disagreement podcast. This one.
Hey, it's great. It's great.
I think he can only win with Tom Brady. I don't think he can't. He can win with. He has to have the great. I forgot who said it, but he has to have the greatest quarterback of all time to win. That's how Bill Belichick can win.
But you know what, though, Commissioner? Some of those Super Bowls were won with defense too. I mean, and I hate to see it, like that Super Bowl against our Rams with Goff and Gurley. That was all defense.
Oh yeah.
Even Brady couldn't even have like the perfect game.
Yeah.
If Brandon Cooks would have made that touchdown catch, oh man, a different story. Right. That would have. But like I said, I mean, it's all what could have, what happened, and then now it's like, well, what's in the history books?
Was it defense or like the Seattle Seahawks just calling a dumb play? What happens if they give it to Marshawn?
Oh, dude, Marshawn pounds it. Marshawn pounds the rock. Yeah. Marshawn pounds the rock. Yeah.
And how many times did Brady have to go dig him out of that hole? You know what I mean?
Look at okay, yeah, you're correct, because look at granted the Atlanta, when they played Atlanta. They were down at halftime.
They made that comeback.
They played the Falcons with Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I forgot who said it, but someone said that Bill Belichick had the biggest eraser in the NFL.
That's it.
So like Tom Brady would go in there, just erase all Belichick's mistakes
yeah. I see what you're saying, Commissioner. I'm not going to disagree with you 100%, but I don't know. It's like, if we're really gonna like break this down, we gotta like look at the data, analyze it really well, like analyze it to the T. Yeah. But I'm not gonna disagree with you 100%. But I'm just saying, like, he's still just. I mean, the way that the team is run is not the way that all other 31 NFL teams run their teams. That's just how I feel.
Right.
Yeah. But I mean, it's a different league now.
Do you feel like people still like praise that team? I remember when Brady was there and players would go there and they'd kind of talk about how well that team was run,
right?
How great the culture was.
Yes.
Are players still doing that?
I don't think so. Especially this year is just like the anomaly. Is just this year it's not happening. It's Mac Jones, like he's lost the locker room, and it's a lot of pointing fingers. It's just ugly now. So I think it's like Belichick should just. If he comes back next year and has a winning season and they make it to the playoffs, they get bounced or what have you, then I think that would be his final year. But this year is still kind of like up in the air. Like that's something that like is gonna be like breaking news, where it's gonna like break everybody who's just like, whoa, like the conclusion to his legacy, what have you. Yeah,
that's a good point. I hope they do it in a classy way, not the way that the Giants did Eli.
Yeah. But Eli was out the door too. Think about it. I mean, Eli was.
That's true.
He was banged up. I mean, look at Peyton. Yeah. Even Peyton was, like I said, the last Super Bowl he won with the Broncos, he couldn't even move his neck.
Yeah.
He was stiff as a board.
Yeah.
And that defense, Von Miller was the MVP. Yeah. And they shut down Cam Newton. Cam Newton was unstoppable that year.
Oh
yeah. I had one more, just a quick take.
Sure.
What are your thoughts on this shifting to the NBA on this in-season tournament? I don't know if you know the details of it, but it's like it's on for a couple weeks.
They're playing right now.
Yeah, and whoever the different thing about it is that the teams or the home team hosting the game, their floors they're like. Like they're super colorful and these graphics.
That's just the NBA trying to sell you
and that's what they said, that they need more eyeballs during the season because they're not getting them apparently. But
they're selling you a Kia Optima with 500,000 miles, and they mess with the odometer, and it's like that thing's gonna break down.
My thing is, I don't like it. It's a little distracting. I like my games just pretty plain simple. But I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to compete with football's still king right now.
Football's always gonna be king.
So
even all these injuries, it's still king.
Oh yeah. So I don't like it. What do you guys think?
I'm 50-50 because it's like the only thing I like about it is that the games count towards the regular season. So it's like you have the players there playing. Like they're trying to cut out this load management. So that's the only thing I like about it. Getting that trophy, it looks like the trophy from basketball. It's missing the basketball. You know what I mean? No, dude. It's like, you're gonna win some money, but it's like, okay, these guys make so much money as it is. They really need more money. Like that's the motivation. Oh, you're the mid-season champion. The banner, what? I hope the Lakers win it so they can hang it next to the 2020 championship.
Shots fired.
Dude, I don't even want that's why I'm glad the Clippers are like 0-6 right now. I mean, they're playing right now, so I don't know what the score is. But I'm glad they're 0-6 in this tournament because I don't want them hanging that banner. It's like, get out of here. The only banner that matters is the NBA Finals banner, except the one in 2020.
That has an asterisk, Brian. Okay, leave us alone.
Pow!
It was COVID. Leave us alone.
Oh, man.
What do you think?
I think this is part of that the fact that the NBA has been losing viewership for years now.
Yes.
The numbers are nowhere near what they used to be back in, like, when Jordan was around. Like, they had these big stars like Michael Jordan in that era, and the numbers the viewership was so high, even for regular season games would dwarf what I don't know if it would dwarf it, but it certainly was higher than what it is now, and the numbers have been trending down, and then they're going to have to renegotiate all these TV contracts. So they need to bump up those numbers, and this is what they're trying to do. They need to get those regular season game numbers up so they can get a higher contract.
Yes.
I don't think this does it, because like Brian kind of pointed out why it's not really an interesting tournament. These players make millions, so why would winning this money be any different? I'm not sure what that.
Like, they really need an extra $1 million.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the incentive is. I mean, I feel like they do something crazy, they get fined that amount, and then they're fine. I mean, it's not.
They don't even care.
Yeah, like, okay. I guess it counts towards the regular season games or something.
Does. Yes, it does. It does. The games count. Yes.
Yeah. So I don't. It doesn't make me want to watch more. I find the colorful courts a little disorienting.
Yes, they are in a way. Yeah, they are. Like, I was watching the Clippers right now, and just like, it doesn't look right. Yeah.
So
even the Lakers up there in Portland, the court's red. It's like, no.
Dude. Oh wow.
Yeah. They're playing Portland tonight, and it's like, it's just ugly. And
so
I think
I understand it.
Getting confused because it's like the Portland players, like, they were fumbling the ball. They had the Lakers had 3 steals in a row because they couldn't even handle the basketball. It's like, so you're looking down, the court's red, and then basketball's orange. So it's like,
that makes sense. Yeah, it must be hard to shoot too. Like when you're shooting and you're trying to gauge distance. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, gauging the 3-point line or even the paint. Yeah.
So I understand why they're doing it, but I don't like it.
I just honestly don't care for it. I mean, and then you get a banner, whoop-de-doo. It's like, it doesn't really count. Yeah. I like I say, the only thing I like about it is the load management. That's pretty much what it's for. It's like, so these guys could play for what they're getting paid for. They're getting paid guaranteed contracts.
Yeah.
The NBA, all the money they get paid is guaranteed. And for them to sit out like 50 games, it's like, nah, dude, come on. Like, you play, what do they play, 89 games?
Yeah.
No, dude, come on, get out there and play.
Yeah.
I get it. The football is once a week, but man, those football games, I heard it like somebody said today on the radio. They were talking about how the human body was not designed to play football.
No,
you know what I mean? It's like a car wreck, and it's just like, dude, these guys are playing once a week. I get it, but it's like, dude, so it goes back to the Thursday night games. It's like everybody's talking about how like there's more injuries on Thursday night football games than there is on Sundays.
Yeah.
It's not getting the rest. Man, it's unreal. Yeah.
Yeah, most injuries happen when players are tired. And if you're not getting that full week's rest, you're going to be more prone to injuries on that Thursday game.
And everybody's banged up. I mean, we're not even like, we're almost to the end of the season, and these guys are like really they're like crawling to the finish line. It's unreal. Yeah.
It should really be shorter. I mean, I know everybody wants to watch more games, but that season should be.
Everybody wants more games. By the NFL an extra week, that made things even worse. But I mean, the players kind of went with it. It's like, well, money. Like I said, man, the common denominator is money.
Yeah,
right. That's
why money at it. It's like, oh, okay, cool. I'll play an extra week. No problem. And then you get injured, and then what?
Yeah, I think that's why they were trying not to play in the preseason, right? A lot of players were trying to
they cut down the preseason games. Yes.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah. That's all I had, boys.
Excellent.
You got anything else, Brian?
I just wanted to look over the NFL schedule. I mean, Steelers Browns, like me and DJ were talking about. I mean, man, that's a divisional game. I mean, both these teams are 6-3.
Ooh.
So whoever takes that is pretty much going to be second place in the division because the Ravens obviously took out the Bengals last night. Cardinals Texans is going to be a good game too. Very underrated game. I mean, CJ Stroud is lining it up. You got Murray back. I mean, they're 2-8. Are they going to be able to beat this hot Texans team? I mean, they're on fire. Titans Jaguars. Well, I mean, like I said, I've hopped off the Will Levis train. I'm sorry. There's like no offensive line. Like, I mean, I thought like that match against the Buccaneers, he was going to be able to throw some deep bombs. I wasn't afraid he got injuries on. What, say again?
You're off the train?
I'm off the train.
Oh, man. I thought you were like going to be.
Oh, dude. It's like I gave him 2 games, and those 2 games, he's just like, I'm out, dude. I ended up picking Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's been a revelation, so.
Yeah.
I mean, he's back, baby. So
he's turned it around, huh?
He's turned around. And then Herbert this week has an easy matchup against the Packers. The Packers they have like no defense.
Garbage.
Yeah, but my only fear is it's going to be in Lambeau. So it's like, I want to see how bad the weather's going to be because he's playing with his finger's still messed up. So I don't know. And just, I mean, it's a debacle because it's like, there's so many injuries. It's like, who do you start? And I got Murray, but I'm not ready to trust Murray fully. He looked good, but I mean, is he going to look good again? It's one game. And then we go to the Raiders Dolphins. Oh my God. Smash. Cowboys Panthers, smash. Lions Bears, smash. Packers Chargers, smash. Commanders Giants, smash. Buccaneers 49ers, the 49ers should win that game. Come on. Jets Bills, that's actually a pretty interesting game when you think about it. I mean, the Jets defense is actually not to toot my own horn because I own them on our league, but that Jets defense is solid, man. It's just they can't get anything going on offense. And then the Bills are just as bad. I mean, this whole thing with like removing Ken Dorsey as offensive coordinator, what is that going to do to the team chemistry? So I just want to kind of see what happens. And then Josh Allen, I've said it all along. He's not a bad quarterback. He's not well. He is not well. His shoulder, just like the way he's throwing the football. Yeah, he's throwing the football very fast and accurate. But he just doesn't look right. He's not moving around. He's not scrambling. He's not using his legs. I mean, it just seems like he doesn't want to get hit. So that's kind of a concern. And then Seahawks Rams is actually a good game too.
Ooh, I mean, we
relatively do very well against Seahawks. So I hope the Rams pull it off. Vikings Broncos, that's actually gonna be a really good game too.
Ooh, yeah.
Also, you got Dobbs. That's the Sunday night football game.
Yeah,
so they got some good primetime games because obviously the Monday night football game is Eagles and Chiefs.
Ooh.
Oh, at KC. Oh man, and Taylor's not gonna be there. She's on her tour.
Oh baby.
So imagine, baby, pass the gravy, let's eat. So
well, she's not there. I'm not tuning in.
Yeah. Other people will not be tuning in because she's doing her South American tour. That's why Travis was down there with her during the bye week, which is like, dude, like you need to focus on the team. I'm sorry, like Taylor can wait. If you guys really want to win the Super Bowl and everybody's already crowning you in the AFC to win the AFC now because Cincinnati's out, dude, it's like you need to focus. But I mean, like I said, the Eagles, that's the thing. It's like there's no distractions. Excuse me. Pardon. There's no distractions. I mean, Hurts is going to go in there. He's going to do his thing. He's going to throw some deep bombs to A.J. Brown. He's going to dismantle that defensive line with the scrum, the tush push, the brotherly shove, the Philly, whatever you want to call it. And yeah, it's gonna be a good game though. It's gonna be a game, and I want to see what Mahomes does off the bye. Mahomes is usually pretty good off the bye, so it's gonna be interesting. And I want to see the state of Kelsey. Like I said, Kelsey is still the top receiver, but he hasn't been the Kelsey that we know football wise, in my opinion.
Right. Probably distracted.
Hey, Brian, correct me if I'm wrong. Wasn't it Dennis Rodman who flew to Vegas to be with Carmen Electra for a weekend?
Yeah. Yeah, but that was constant though. That was constant. Well, I mean, Vegas,
modern day Rodman?
Chicago from Vegas, or if they're in the Jazz, Utah from Vegas is like an hour flight. I mean, you're going South America from Kansas City. It's like, I mean, I'm pretty sure he got the private jet. You know, I mean, I'm pretty sure it's like, hey, go get him, Tiger. You know, go get him, Tiger. And he met the parents too and everything. So. And, and like I said before in prior podcast, the dad is an Eagles fan. So yes, because she's from Delaware. She's a Delaware girl. So they're from up that nether region where it's they're hardcore. They're really into their Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah. So it was interesting. It was kind of awkward. They were saying how Travis and the dad, and it's like, well, I mean. His dirty laundry's out there because of the whole his tweets and this dating show, and it's kind of like, well, dude, I mean, I'm a dad. It's like, okay, I see your dirty laundry out there. It's like, you guys, I mean, Kamish has 2 girls. My daughter's going out with some guy, and it's like, I know what your history. It's like, I don't know. Do I really want you dating my daughter? It's like, who knows? Whatever. I mean, as long as they're happy and they're in love, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm more focused on football as it is, but. I just think she's kind of a distraction, in my opinion, even though they're undefeated when she's there. But it's like, she's not going to be there. And then they're going to – that's the thing. I'm already waiting for it. The next day, everybody's going to be like, oh, man, the streak's broken because Taylor wasn't there. And it's like, nah, dude.
Wait. So they're perfect with football. They're perfect when she's there?
Yeah.
They haven't lost?
Undefeated. Yeah. She didn't go to the Broncos
She's like
game.
the reverse. She's like the reverse Drake or something.
Game. She's been at all the home games, and she didn't go to the Broncos, she didn't go to the Vikings, and she was at the Jets. The Jets was the exception. Well, New York, she has property in New York, so obviously, you know, it wasn't a big deal for her. She had to rent an Airbnb or what have you. But like when they lost to the Broncos, she wasn't there. And then with the Vikings, I was on the road as well. She wasn't there, and they beat the Vikings. And then they lost. They almost lost to the Jets. How would I say? They came really close, and she was there, but they still won because she was there. I guess. But dude, she's not gonna be there for this game. She's doing her tour, South America. So
ooh, interesting.
Yeah, like I said, I just want to focus on football because I already know what's gonna happen. Like I'm gonna be laughing at myself at work. I'm like, oh, here we go. If they lose, and dude, the analysts are like split. Like some analysts are saying we're taking the Eagles, and some analysts are saying they're taking the Chiefs. Yeah. It's like really split. I never really thought it'd be this split. What do you gentlemen think about that?
I'm tuning in because my QB is
yeah, that's right.
Playing Jalen Hurts, so I mean I'll be cheering.
He takes it easy on me. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So, brother. So I'll definitely be tuning in. I mean, it's a big game, and you got to tune in. Yeah.
But what's your take though? Who are you taking? If you had to put money on it,
I'm taking the Eagles, bro.
Okay. Commish?
The Eagles versus who?
Chiefs.
Oh, Chiefs. Yeah, I'll take the Eagles too.
Yeah.
I think they're distracted.
Nice. Hey, I thought we were gonna do the whole like our picks.
Oh yeah. No, I think we were gonna do it right before the playoffs.
Okay.
Is that what we were doing? I can't remember now. Actually,
I thought we were gonna do like weekly picks and then like do our scores.
How many weeks are left?
Kind of like how the NFL and Fox crew does it.
Oh, okay. Well, how many weeks are left?
We're week 11, so
week 11.
So yeah, there's still enough weeks. Like that's like 6 weeks, 8 weeks.
18 weeks. Yeah. So 8 weeks. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we could do that. All right. Yeah. So let's do it for.
Maybe we can start the next one.
Yeah, we can start the next one because we didn't. Yeah, Thursday night already passed. So yeah.
So right before we wrap up here, I did mention the Drake curse, and so I guess maybe we have the good luck Taylor Swift curse. What do you guys think of Josh Allen being on the cover of Madden?
You said, yeah.
Josh Allen being on the cover of what?
Of Madden and the Madden curse.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh, is it manifesting itself?
I don't know.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, he's on the cover of Madden.
Like I said, he's injured. He's not 100%. It's like a Joe Burrow situation. It's just that he's lasted longer than Joe Burrow, obviously, at this point.
Yeah, I think sorry, Brian, go ahead.
No. I just can't say enough. Like ever since before the season, like I passed on him on all my leagues, okay?
Yeah.
There was some leagues where I had the number 1 pick and it's a snake draft. I passed on him. I took Mahomes. And then when Mahomes was taken, I took Hurts. And then one of my buddies who got me into the league told me, he's like, dude, you left Allen? He's like, I will gladly take him. And yes, he scored points. But, dude, like, his turnover ratio is just, like, bananas. Like, they did, like, a comparison between him and Dan Marino. Obviously, they're saying that Dan Marino had more turnovers than he does at this point.
Wow.
But it's just interesting. I mean, he's more of a scrambler, like I said, with these quarterbacks. Like, these quarterbacks that scramble, like a Cam Newton, even Russell Wilson, even Dak. Like, once they use their legs, that's a weapon. And now it's like, I think defenses are picking up where it's like he's not going to run. So he's stepping back to pass. And they can just pretty much like take away Diggs, take away Kincaid, take away Shakir, take away Gabe Davis. Gabe Davis has been a deep threat, and he has done flat. And it's like, dude, like that Gabe Davis ownership like went up to the moon, and then it went straight down to the Earth's core because it's like there's nothing happening there. He's not really throwing that deep. You know, like he had defenses off guard because it's like he can run for a guy his size. He can run. He likes to go in there and take tackles. And this year is not the same thing. It's not.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'll say the curse is real. I mean, look, they're struggling. He doesn't look right. He's throwing kicks left and right.
Yeah.
He like Brian said, he's hurt, but you know they're not going to disclose that until I guess he's really out. But yeah, I think the curse is real.
Yeah, have you ever guys seen the movie The Program? Great movie with
a long time ago.
Yeah. Oh, watch that movie all over again. And that scene where they're at practice, and the star recruit, what was his name? Morris, young up and coming actor at the time. So he's a star recruit. He's a running back, and doing drills. And he gets into like a drill where he's tackling, and he gets tackled hard. And the coach comes up to him. It's with Scott Conn. He's like, "Are you hurt or are you injured?" And he's like, the guy asked the coach. He's like, "Well, what's the difference?" He's like, "If you're hurt, you can play, and if you're injured, you can't play." And that's what's happening. He's hurt. He can play.
Yeah.
He can play.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
All right. Any final thoughts before we wrap it up, guys?
Brian, go ahead.
Yeah, NFL still, it's so cutthroat. I can't say enough. The AFC is going to cannibalize each other. I'm not ready to crown the Chiefs as AFC champions, as like a lot of analysts are. I still think it's either going to be Miami or it's tough because even the Ravens are in the conversation, but like it all falls on Lamar. And the NFC, I just feel in my bones, I can't say enough. It's the Eagles. Like the Eagles, for them to come back and be so the way that they've been winning, some of these games are ugly, but they find a way to win. They lost against the Jets. That's their only loss. And so I just still believe that they're the team to beat. I mean, it's going to be either them and the Niners in the championship game for the NFC, or it's going to be them and the Lions. But they're going to be the top seed. They're going to take out whoever is in front of them, and they're going to face somebody in the Super Bowl. And back to baseball, this offseason is going to be good for baseball. That's for sure. Basketball, it's early. It's still early. It's early. That's why I'm more focused on the football, honestly.
Yeah. My hot takes are Rams beat Seattle again. We just stomped on them.
Be rheumatic.
We'll go in there and smash as well. And the the Broncos and Vikings, like Brian said, it's going to be tough. But you know what? I'll give it to. I think the Broncos are going to pull it off.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I think so too. They've turned it around.
We're in that time of the season where the men separate from the boys separate from the men. So
oh man, yeah.
Hopefully, no more injuries to our players, and if there are injuries, just check the waiver wire and try to pick something up.
Oh man, the waiver wire right now is like slim pickings. Like
yeah,
literally,
man.
there's nothing there, dude.
I was like, I can't even pick anything up. I'll just use what I have.
I'm using like I picked the Rico Dowdle. The only reasons because like, dude, they're in a smash spot, but dude, Pollard has not been the guy.
Yeah.
And Pollard was like a guy that I considered drafting, and obviously Al beat me to the punch because he's the biggest Cowboys fan in our league.
Yeah.
And so I'm kind of glad it's like, okay, cool. And dude, it's like he's a disappointment. Yeah. And he's so flashy, but it's like he needed Zeke to. It's kind of like the Brady Belichik conversation. They need each other.
Yeah.
They need Zeke. Oh. They should have brought back Zeke for another year at least. Yeah.
Yeah.
Unreal.
What about you, Kamish?
I think that Kraft fires Belichick.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, yeah, you're cut.
You're cut. Yeah, like the Simpsons, you're cut.
Yeah, you're cut. Belichick, you're cut.
Mac Jones, you're cut.
They're gonna bring the old Raider coach.
Oh, dude. Yeah, I mean, at this point, why not?
Why not, right?
Yeah.
So Kraft calls Belichick, fires him, calls up Brady, and he goes, "Hey, Brady, I want you to be my coach."
That'd be unreal. That would be like. But then imagine if like Brady's like just terrible as a coach.
Twist the knife.
Yeah. But imagine if Brady's terrible as a coach. I don't think he wants to do it. And that's. He's a god. It's like he rode off into the sunset. Like sometimes it's like you're. It's like look at John Elway when he won the Super Bowl and he just rode off on the sunset. He's like, hey, that's it. Like I'm done.
Yeah. Hang him
He'd
up.
be an interesting guy because he'd be interesting because he definitely has the football IQ to be a coach,
he does.
I think, and he has the work ethic to be a coach.
Yes, he does. Yes,
but he probably wants to just enjoy his life now. I'm guessing.
I think it's his kids. His kids. Yeah, he wants to be around for his kids, no doubt.
Yeah. I don't blame him.
Yeah. I don't blame him either. Yeah, I mean that any type of coaching is difficult.
Yeah. He could join. He could coach a college team and then go against the Dion.
Oh man.
I think honestly, like I said, man, Harbaugh's gonna make his comeback to the NFL. It's gonna happen. Mm-hmm. Like if Michigan win, lose, or draw, I think he's gonna get like that life raft. And he's gonna come to NFL. The NFL, it's like, dude, like, I mean, the Patriots got away with Spygate. So it's like, oh, well, the Patriots got away with it. Why can't I do it?
They all
That's how never respect the Patriots. Never. Good.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Hope everybody has a good Thanksgiving. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Eat lots of turkey. Watch a lot of football.
Yeah, turkey football. Best time of the year. Oh, yeah.
All right.
All right,
see you guys.
See you, gentlemen.